we telling some people how to feel. We can't. I think we should just step back and let them cope with how they need to cope.
Because we're not telling them how to cope.
Because when another fucking cop shoot a pregnant woman in the head, we may be burning flags, and they gonna be telling us why y'all burning flags.
Right.
Exactly.
And we
might need to stay out of that.
And we shouldn't be doing it. That's all I'm saying. Regardless what it is, because burning.
It might be a time to
check
burn
this
a
out.
flag.
It's just like
it might be a time to burn a flag one day.
And when that day come, if there's real change behind it, I'm with you. But if we're gonna burn it to still be occupying the same land, operating under the same guidelines, where's the change? So you did that for what? Nothing.
You know when they created the flag and all men created equal. You know they still had slaves. You know the contradiction behind the flag? It's a joke, man. It's a joke. They said all males created equal. Meanwhile, the people that's writing that, they had slaves. But they was going to raping women that same night.
All right. What's going on? Welcome back. Much needed break. We're back in the building. You already know. Welcome back to another episode of the Growth Process Podcast. The usual suspects. We're back in the building. Briefcase Tony, what they do.
I'm here.
Spider, what's happening?
Yo.
We here.
Barry G.
What they do.
Yeah, you already know. We back in the building. We back in the flesh. Let's get straight into it, fellas. How was the weekend? It was Father's Day weekend. What did we do? How was it?
Shit, our weekend was crazy. We celebrate my EJ birthday.
Yeah, shout out to EJ. Happy birthday,
Shout out
boy.
EJ.
It was vibes. But something happened that was very bizarre, bro.
What happened?
We had a reservation at Casa Neo's, new hot spot in Miami. And we get there and we dressed like real dapper, fly. People taking photos of us like on the sidewalk, complimenting us. And as we walking in, I see it's a new type of racism that exists at these restaurants. You know what they told us? They said, you guys dress very nice. But I'm sorry to say this, but we have a no big jury rule. I said, what the fuck? A no big jury rule? So I say, if Floyd Mayweather pull up on his yacht with all they big jury, you guys let them in? Well, you got to get approved from the manager. I said, I feel like that's very biased because black people specifically, jury is a cultural expression. This is how we express ourselves. So the fact that you guys have a no big jury rule at a restaurant, it seems like y'all trying to target, or at least keep black people out of here.
It's real though. I've been to a couple.
I done heard of dress codes. I never heard of a jury code.
It exists.
That's when they try to deviate away from racism, and it kind of falls under more so classism. Which, if you think racism is fucked up, classism is a whole nother ballgame because they just try to outclass you out. I guess you could call it class. How you have the rich, the middle class, the poor. So what they do is they use classism to politely tell you you're not welcomed, to where it doesn't offend you, as if they were just using derogatory racist words.
So I'm thinking, who wear big chains? So, and I left them a very bad review, and they just reached out. They want to sit down. But my thing is, so let's say a king from Zamunda came to Miami, and this African attire with this big jury on. You guys have turned down royalty? These stupid motherfuckers done lost their minds, man. It's sad, man. And, you know, basically they wanted us to take our jury off to go in the restaurant. Nah, that's never happening. That's never happening, bro. So it's a new form of racism that exists called a no big jury rule.
Yeah, it's real though.
And it's funny. They sell us the jury. They overprice us on it. Then tell us we can't get in with jury. But whoever owned that restaurant, I let them know. I said, listen, with the review, because they just reached back out to me. I said, I don't know the race of the person, but they definitely not tapped into Miami culture. Because we have a thing called Miami Cuban Links. They named a jury after our city. It's in our culture. I said, Miami is a lifestyle city. Jury and fine dining go hand in hand.
Facts.
The reason Kiki on the River is so lit, because Drake shot them out in the song. And that's big jury culture. But it was emasculating. It was embarrassing. It was disrespectful. And I never witnessed that type of, and bro, we came. I'm telling you, that type of flavor never hit that place. We was fly, bro. But they wanted us to take our jury off, bro. So, fuck them. It's never happening.
So what you gonna tell them in the meeting? Are you gonna take the meeting?
Yeah, they just emailed me, and I told them, I said, the damage is already done. The embarrassment already happened. I said, let's see how we can make this right. But they gonna have to change that big jury rule. And we had a reservation for 13 people. I'm gonna just suggest, first off, I want a little bag from this. Also, I want a reservation of 50 people. We not paying for nothing. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I want to go there no more, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't go.
Yeah, that was some nasty work, bro. No big jury rule.
Now, when you told me about that, I was like, what the fuck? That shit was crazy, because I was on the way, and they just hit me with the new location. I'm like, the fuck happened? And Reef said, big jury bullshit. How was the weekend, Spider?
It was good, man. I did a Father's Day barbecue. It was amazing, man. It was more than I expected it to be. It was fucking great, man. So we was out there at the park all day, barbecuing, kids running, doing whatever they want, damn near with no rules. Food was amazing. I got some grill lessons, because I got zero experience. Feel me? Fucked up the season on the chicken, had to rinse the chicken. What I know about chicken. But it was my best Father's Day yet, man.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Literally. I won't never forget it.
That's what's up.
What you did this weekend, Bar?
I just got back from a college tour with my high school kids.
How was that?
It was good. It was a great experience. I was able to see what kind of team I'm finna deal with for the season.
You told them not to go to UF, right?
Good thing we didn't take a trip there. We went to Florida State, to be honest. That's crazy. We went to Florida State, Georgia, UAB, USF. So we went to a whole bunch of colleges. And I think the most challenging part was actually like getting kids mentally ready for competition and being competitive, having that mindset of like, you got to play with a chip on your shoulder. Nothing is given, everything is earned. Even a scholarship you fighting for when you out here. So just, showing them the way of how you need to live if this is what you want to do as as far as your profession. Father's Day, I'm not a father yet. So, wish all you guys happy Father's Day. I talked to my dad. I don't really talk to him much, but I talked to him. It's cool. I mean, I met my dad at a very late age. So, like, we more like friends than, like, father-son situation, Grandfather, a little more different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to see him, talk to him, send him a gift, and that's about it. What about you?
Spent time with the fam, Father's Day, very important day in our household. They had the whole day mapped out for me. I wanted to pull up on Spider, but I told Spider, I was like, I don't know, because normally on Father's Day, the days are already mapped out. I just got to follow whatever agenda they have set for me. So we went out to eat, and which was interesting, right? Because while we were there, I ran into someone that everyone declared dead. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So as he's walking in, I don't want to say the name because, of course, he's a friend of mine, an older person or whatever.
The boy faked his death successfully?
I wouldn't say, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I just know we're sitting there eating, and I see him come in. I'm like, hold on. You know, I went and go speak with him. I didn't tell him that, but come to find out he had a stroke, you know, and I guess at some point the message leaked out that he died because I just got wind of that message last week.
Yeah.
Come to find out I'm talking to the guy and I'm speaking with him and his wife, and he's telling his wife, you don't remember him? So I'm like, he can't be dead. He remembers me. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just one of those things in the moment. But, you know, that was, you know, cool because he's a good dude. He's actually in the process of opening up another business, but that's another conversation for another day. But in addition to that, went to the Frost Museum with the kids, you know, midtown, downtown, whatever. Just vibed out the whole day. It was a good day, very productive day in the sense of, you know, just for the Father's Day festivities and just had a blast amongst, you know, my wife, kids, and it was just a great day. Real chill, laid back, didn't really have to do much. Went and got ice cream after. It was just a very cool, great, wonderful experience, you know? So definitely shout out to all the fathers out there. Shout out to everyone who probably deserves to have a good Father's Day, whether you did or not. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Because like Spider stated before, we're in a space or era right now where fathers are very active in their kids' life, regardless what the status quo, what they're trying to push or whatever narrative they're trying to push on us, saying that black fathers are absent from their children. We're here to debunk that because you have 3 active fathers right here on the panel. And kids just left the pod as we speaking. So, yeah.
And I take care of my dog a lot. Like, I treat that like my child. I ain't trying to be funny, but I do treat my dog like
I
my
ain't gonna lie,
child.
That is your child, bro.
It is, but it's just certain shit that make me tick, and that's one of them. Don't post it's Father's Day for me and you got a dog, because it's not the fucking same thing.
It's different.
And it's aggravating to me to see a
Nah,
nigga
man.
with dogs be
Nah,
like,
bro.
Happy Father's Day to me. Nah, bro.
Nah,
No.
it's-
Y'all
it's-
dog owners
There y'all
get a
go with
different
that
day,
dog
bro. It's
stuff
not the
again.
same, bro.
Nah,
we can have a
man.
different
Not
day.
the same,
that.
gang. You can fill a bowl and walk away from that bitch. You can't do that with a kid. So it's like,
Oh,
I don't want to.
Not
sorry for cutting you
necessarily.
off, Spider. Also, since we talked about the weekend and Father's Day, rest in peace to Mama Benoit. You know, our brother Liv, he's a part of the podcast with us. His mother passed, and her funeral was this past weekend, Saturday. You know, went to the viewing, funeral, everything went smooth. But of course, you know, it's a funeral. So even if it goes smooth, it's sad, especially when you know the person, you know, you have a relationship with them. But nonetheless, you know, shout out to the whole Benoit family. You know, we're with you. You're in our hearts. Mama Benoit, we're going to miss you. We love you. And, you know, and segueing into it, I just want to speak about mothers. Me and Brief were talking about this on the phone the other day, and how you should never disrespect your mother, because ultimately that's the person who gave you life by way of your father. And it's pretty much the person that's always going to be in your corner no matter what you do outside of, you know, disciplining you in the moment. But for the most part, your mother will always have your back. So if y'all want to chime in, what y'all want to do with that as far as just, you know, respecting mothers and never, you know, taking any moment for granted, being that this past weekend and last year, these are close friends of mine. Like, these are my brothers who actually lost their mother. And I see the difference with them, you know, and shout out to Riziana too, Riziana Jermaine. That's the one who passed away last year. You know, it's just when these incidents happen or transpire, it makes me think like, damn, okay, of course I'm in no hurry or rush at all, because I'm fortunate enough for my mother to still be present and still be alive. But it's like seeing the, you know, the transition, how, because it changes you regardless what you say, because I see it firsthand. So I'm like, damn, because, you know, everyone has that day. It's coming. I pray that it's, you know, no time soon. But however, you can't help but to appreciate every moment and second, especially experiencing it with very close individuals that are like brothers to you. So when you see them go through that, it's almost like, damn, okay, I have to make sure I don't take it for granted. I seize every moment, and I make the best of it. Because, you know, parents getting up there in age, so any moment they could check out for, you know, whatever reason when God calls them.
I feel you on that, for real. I could just say like just off of like my experience with my mom. Of course, I had to go to Tampa. She had surgery. Everything came back today. She texted me this morning actually and said everything is cancer free. So during that time period, I really had like a lot of emotions going around. Like, man, my mama gonna be here for the next 5 years, or what would my family do? So my mom, she came when I went to USF. She came, she supported me, and it just let me know like, shoot, my mama never left my side, like you said. Like, my mama always been there. She always used to say, I'm your mama, daddy, preacher, teacher, you know, and she stood on that, you know, and I just respect that and I love her for that. So, yeah, it's important to have our mothers, and, you know, the time that we have to have here on this earth, we got to cherish it, whether we don't have bad times or good times. Because, you know, I ain't been the best son, but I try to be the best son, you know, but I ain't been the best son. So there's been some times where I acted out, like you said, like not to disrespect her and nothing like that, but I did. But I also apologize for my actions, and we move forward from that. So me and my mom, we got a great relationship, and her birthday coming up, so we getting ready for her 60th birthday party.
Man,
so
celebrate
it's
that
dope.
birthday.
It's a
bro.
dope experience.
Yeah,
though.
We pulling up, man. We pulling up.
Celebrate her.
Pull up at the
60th.
VFW, man. Y'all know
We
where to
pulling
go.
up. But you have to be a different type of stupid to disrespect your mother or your father. And I know a lot of us, a lot of people have trauma. Some people have certain traumas growing up. But nah, man. I came to the conclusion, this is just my opinion. This is just how I feel. The realest and only love you ever go get in this lifetime is gonna come from your mother, father, and your dog. Yeah, your mother, your father, and your dog.
What about your children?
Not even your children, bro. Because children switch out on you. You end up fucked up in a wheelchair, can't handicap. Your kids will roll you up to elderly home, bro.
Not all though.
Not all. I'm just saying. You never really see no mother rolling their kids off into no institution when they jacked up. But you see kids do the parents like that.
Right.
That true love, that'll never go. The realest love you go get is gonna come from your parents. Specifically, I want to say a mother, man.
I was about to say, let's just stick with the mothers right now, boy. Cause
No, I want to say father too, but I'm just saying mother. Mother love is just a little different, bro.
mother love almost guaranteed. The father's love is not.
Okay, that's fair. Your mother could see you kill somebody and go to court. That wasn't my baby.
Yeah,
crying.
100%.
Crying. He's innocent.
He's innocent.
Meanwhile,
He's not like that.
You're a walking cemetery. All types of bodies.
You a King Von out here, nigga.
I done heard more stories
Yeah.
of dads snitching on their kids than mothers snitching on their kids.
That's
It be
what I'm
the
trying
pops.
to tell you, bro.
You hate it.
So, we appreciate all our relationship from friends and family. But what I see that don't ever fade is that mother love.
Yeah, that mother love is different.
Yeah. So your homeboys, you young niggas, y'all out here ganging. All right. Get sent up the road. Only visits from mother coming. The only person that's gonna show up. So yeah, man, you gotta respect your mother, man.
No, for sure.
Go ahead, Spider. Chime in on it.
I got a lot of regrets in my adult life. One specifically being not seeing my mom enough. So I think in recent days and recent months, I've been more adamant about making sure I talk to her a few times a week. Because she reach out regularly, but I guess I just got lost in the matrix, bro, and I wasn't checking in back home. And by the time I realized it, shit, nigga, 10 years passed. And I was like, oh, shit. I felt so bad about it when I realized it that I was just crying to myself, like, in shame, like, you know what I'm saying?
You can always make it right, so you good.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. It's you know what I'm saying? It's right now, but
Make it right.
I remember that feeling. I'll never forget it, you know? And I just value her so much more now.
Yeah, I've been through so much shit with my mom. I remember I had a shootout with my mom, bro. True story. Well, I didn't have a shootout. She had was living over town. She was fucking with this Jamaican guy. I don't know if he was a fake Jamaican posse dude, but he was getting money. And he was fucking with some American, I guess he was beefing with some American niggas over town. And he came. No, I'm sorry. She was dealing with an American guy, and he was beefing with them dreads. And he got in the car. And this how ignorant niggas is, man. How you know you're going to slide on somebody, and you tell your girlfriend and her kid to get in the car to go on this drill.
No.
Yeah, y'all get in the car. Take me over to kill these niggas. Soon he got out the car, bruh. Them dreads shot the whole car up. This dude gets shot up right in front of us, bruh. He throw his gun in the sewer. He leaking. My mom pulled the fuck off. She should have. Dumbass. Go over there, pump faking, playing games, got shot up. I remember that, bro. We went through, man. Moms, man.
That's wild. That's a wild story.
Man, we got some stories. My mom ain't play with us. She bust me in the head, gave me stitches. She ran my brother over, broke his arm. No, yeah, she ran him over with a car. He went up, fell, broke his arm. My sister got pregnant early. Slapped her in the mouth. My mom, man, shit crazy, bro. But sometimes that's what it takes, bro. That tough love. You know, but no disrespect. My mom ain't playing with no disrespect. She's standing on business. No disrespect.
Yeah. That's the old school way.
Fact.
No disrespect, bro. But laws change now, right? You can't do your kids like that no more, huh?
At all.
Can you?
No.
Don't mean it's not happening.
Would you date somebody like your mom?
Yeah, but you have to get see a therapist. Because my mom is a good woman. I mean, just check out the story. She took us from the projects over town by herself with 4 kids. She saved up her money, driving Metro bus, and she bought a house in Carol City, a nice house, by herself. So when I see some of these chicks out here, it's just them or one kid, it just made me think, like, do you really want it for real? Because I seen a woman with 4 kids go out and do it. So what's your excuse? So, yeah, I date somebody like my mom. But, you know, she got trauma too, you know. Yeah, she got traumas, you know.
Everyone has trauma.
So
bro.
she had to get some type of therapy, but once they, yeah.
I probably couldn't though.
You couldn't date no one like your mom? Why not?
She always been like raised on a certain level. She been the only child. So it's like a different
They spoiled.
You could say that in a sense. Yeah. Like my mom, she moved a certain way, and the way she moved is kind of like scary. Like she'll move like a dude if she got to.
Nah, I respect.
And
okay,
it's like
I got you.
Trust, you know. Me as a man, I couldn't trust my mom. As a man. Yeah. Like if I'm dating her now.
So I'm not even gonna ask this
question.
I
was gonna say.
I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Be careful. I'm saying she's a very fun, loving woman. But at the same time, if you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing,
she out.
Well, forgot about quick.
What? So let me ask you this. What's the most? I don't want to say disrespectful, but what's the thing that your mom did that bothered you to this day? For example, mine. My dad bought me a car, '86 Oldsmobile Cutlass. I don't know because the car didn't look good. My mom didn't let me park it in front of the house. Move that raggedy shit to park around the corner, and I'm trying to figure out this fucked up. Like my dad bought me a car. I don't know how it looked.
Move that raggedy shit.
Yeah, move it. Like, so I used to have to park the car way down the street. And I'm like, you should be happy my dad bought me a car. Like, what about you? What's something like that still fuck with me to this day too. When I see Cutlasses, my fishes ball up. Like, that made me mad, dog. Cause I had a whole car and I couldn't even park it at the house, bruh.
I can't think of nothing off the top of my head in all honesty. Cause ever since I had kids, I just had a whole nother level of respect and appreciation, admiration for my parents.
Nah, that's a fact.
Because now I'm able to see things from a different perspective, from their lens, and I was able to be, I guess a lot more forgiving in a sense for, I guess, not being who I wanted them to be, as opposed to viewing the circumstances for the cards that they were dealt. So now when I became a father and I was able to view things from a different lens, I was like, okay, I understand it better now. It's making more sense to me. And I, not saying that there isn't, I just can't think of it in the moment. Because I'm at the place now where I just want to value them, see them as often as possible.
Same
You
here.
know what I'm saying? Bring my kids to see them, and and my mom always cooking for her grandkids. So it's just I'm at that space with them. So my old boy, he's getting older, so he's just repeating stuff over and over. So I'm just acting like this my first time hearing it, but he done said it 10 times. So it's just that type of stuff. Because at any moment, like we said, life's unpredictable. We all can check out any moment, but with them, they're up there in age. So it's like, just value and appreciate every second, minute, hour that you have with them. Because like I told y'all, this past weekend, a year ago around the same time, but I don't want to hijack the question. I'm going to let y'all answer it. Then I'm going to follow it up with another question. Go ahead. Whichever one of y'all boys, Barry or Spider.
I agree. I agree. Like what you was just saying, I agree with that. To answer your question, brief, I think what messed me up the most is like, okay, when I turned 19 and I finally got in like connections with my daddy, my parents started acting like they was back like they was together all of a sudden.
What's wrong with that?
He just got there that weekend. Like, why y'all ain't get like separate hotels? Y'all.
Why that bother you? Oh, that
I come
sound
in. Nah,
that sound like some jealousy shit.
Let that man vibe, bro.
The man been gone for 19 years. We ain't finna act like he been around. No, he ain't been around. We found him, and then you know what I'm saying, like
I'm trying to get moms right so he can get you right.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm already in school, so when they came, I go to the hotel to meet them.
Okay.
And they got I come in the room. It's one bed. He got his shirt off, sitting on the bed, fried chicken, just laying there. He all smiling and shit. I'm like, hold on, what the hell going on?
Man.
I'm like, damn, they don't rekindle some flames, and I thought this shit was burnt out.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man. You gotta understand, once upon a time they had something.
I ain't even had that talk with my daddy or saying, hey, what's going on with you?
I ain't child, man.
But I see what you're saying though. Like your first initial meet and greet after all these years, you got your shirt off with my mom, like it's all good. Like, bro, where the fuck you been, man? Like, probably knock mom head off, knock the wig off of this bitch. Now you in here trying to
cause she's smiling. I'm like, hold on, don't be like, bitch, I'm mad right
use
now.
Barry's college trip to link up.
That's a little mini vacation off your little college
cause he from Texas. He live in Texas,
bro.
So it's like, hey, bro, really been gone. But I just feel like
that bothers you a little bit.
Well, cause eventually they did not. It worked out for a couple, here and there. But he got married to somebody else. She got married to somebody else. At some point, she felt some kind of way, and it kind of like started it all over again. Like, oh, okay, y'all kind of beefing now.
Shout out to Mama Gorman, man. She be
she
supporting us.
Yeah,
she be in the comment section showing a lot of love.
Oh, she do?
Yeah, she on YouTube, Instagram, she on all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom Deuce, just remember this. A wise man can act like a fool, but a fool can never act wise. Don't judge me, all right? I just be like, that nigga briefcase be tripping.
She love all y'all boys. No lie.
That's what's up.
Any story for you, Spider, as far as most memorable?
No, not really. I mean, I wouldn't.
You don't
say.
want to speak on it. You got something.
Yeah,
you smiling.
My mom used to do little cool shit. My mom was a hustler, and she worked at Toys R Us for a decade. So it's like I had a really like.
Oh man,
lit,
Toys
bro.
R Us back then. That's like heaven, bro.
Yeah, you know what I love though? I love that.
Only time I
those
stepped
little
foot, I was
things,
stealing.
like the little entertaining things. I had all of the best shit all the time. All the new systems, all the new toys, et cetera, et cetera. Me and my brother shared a room, which I feel like I'm going to always make my sons share a room.
Damn, boy, I feel the same way because me and my brother share a room.
Because there's nothing that could break me and my brothers. Nothing. My brother from my dad's side, A nigga said something wrong a couple years ago, and we ain't talked for 3 years. But my brothers I was in my room with, ain't nothing, bro. We could fist fight, we could call each other all type of crazy shit, and then tomorrow I'd be like, "What's up, bro? Hey, pull up on me," like, because we unbreakable, and you know we done seen brothers that can't fuck with each other.
Yeah. That bump big shit ain't work for us, boy.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for us, and that's why I feel like no matter how much money, how much space we got, y'all niggas gonna share a room. Because y'all gonna learn how to work it out at the end of the day, you feel me? And I think that's super important.
I'm doing that with my girls now, and I'm gonna do it with all my kids. Yeah. Before they can venture off to have their own rooms, they all have to share rooms because you have to understand how to live with your brother. Well, with your brother, with my son, if God bless us with another boy, but especially with my girls. Y'all gonna have to learn to live with each other, share with each other, and figure out whatever issues or problems that y'all have. Because at some point, me and their mother won't be around forever. So y'all gotta have your own relationship, your own friendship, your own bond. Yeah, that's unbreakable. Yeah, and I have that with my brothers. So that's crazy you said that.
It's one moment, actually, not one moment, but one thing I actually remember I thought about the other day. And at all the family cookouts, because when I was a kid, we had mad cookouts. We ain't even need a reason. It'd be like, yo, we damn near grilled every weekend. A family felt so big, but as you get older, everybody fall out. So it turns into nothing. We don't even got Thanksgiving no more. You know what I'm saying? But at the cookouts, she used to be like, yo, come over here, all right? They used to call me Day-Day. That was my name growing up. Yo, Day-Day, come here. She'd give me a 10. She'd be like, here you go. This from your uncle, right? 20 minutes, 30 minutes have passed. We playing this shit. Like, Daddy, come over here. Give me a 10. I'm going to turn it into 20. All right, give her the 10. She be like, I'll call you in a little bit. Come back over there like 20, 30 minutes later. It's $20 now. You feel me? She'll let me play some more. She be like, come over here. Give me that 20, man. I'm going to make it 30.
That's dope.
Boy, you feel me? Up.
Right? And see, the whole time she hustling her brothers, my uncles. She like, yo, I need $10 more. Give me,
that's fine.
And up in my little stash. You feel me? And I used to be like, damn, that's lit. I used to go home happy as fuck. You feel me? She done sauced all my uncles and shit for $10 each probably. You know, but that was something that was cool. I never forgot.
But one thing as an uncle, for real, you see little kids, no one should tell you. You should get them money. Like that should be something you do. Like go in your pocket and get them some money.
Something.
Like, get them something. You should set that as an uncle. You know what I'm saying?
For
if
sure.
you got it. Ain't gotta be much.
I saw my niece this past weekend.
Because you remember that.
Yeah.
I just
do
posted
remember
my
that.
You remember that
never
shit,
forget
bro.
that. You never forget that.
I have an uncle. I still bring it up to him to this day. I'm like, damn, when I was a jit, you always
see that
broke bread with me. And now whatever he needs, I just tell him, come through. Yeah. Because you don't forget those moments.
You don't forget that.
Definitely don't.
I want to speak on this real quick, fellas. Have y'all lost anybody that's close to y'all?
For sure. Yeah, a lot in the last year, for sure.
So the actual question is, how did you handle grieving, or when you were grieving in that process? Because that's something that don't get talked about that often. How do you grieve?
So, the people I lost this year were very important to me. So I think I've never had to grieve like that before.
It was tough, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Yeah. But I think in the end, once you could come to peace with the fact that these people who are gone don't have to deal with this shit, bro. When you really think about what they've been through while they was here and what they may have been going through before they left, you're like, damn, I'm happy for them now. You become happy for them. You be like, damn, like, and then it go from being happy to for them to you feeling their presence at random times of the day. You know, because you really connected with that feeling of them and the impact they had on your life and the fact that they still exist in a better, you know, place. So I think that at certain times, almost every single day, man, I feel like my friends visit me and they check me and they laugh with me, and it may sound crazy, but
you be smoking when you feel this way?
sometimes.
You be high?
Sometimes.
Weed or
It's just a feeling, man.
Okay.
It's not like I hear actual words, you know. But
Nah,
it's like
I feel you.
if a joke hit me that was kind of like I told y'all I was watching Martin the last 2 days. I used to watch that with my Uncle Drew all the time. He was a huge Martin fan. And you know, every time Martin make a joke, I picture my uncle next to me laughing, bro. Not even kidding.
Yeah, yeah, man. You had me thinking about my cousin Twan. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This dude looked like he looked like Shrek and a monkey at the same time, bro. But let me tell you this though. I'm gonna be real with you. I never seen a guy get so many women, bro. His talk game was impeccable, bro. Oh my God. Y'all remember back in the day the party line?
Yeah.
He used to have chicks on the train from New York coming. When they seen him, it was a different story. But he got him here. The dude talk game was impeccable, man. Rest in peace, Twan. Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I never seen nobody get that type of the women he got. But if he ain't open his mouth, you across the street. But once he got you to listen to him, it's over. And that's how I know. That's why it's power in words. See how words work? It said in the Bible. It said what it say, life and death is in the tongue. What else in the tongue? Everything else. But yeah, man. He the one that got me addicted to porn too. Remember back in the days? Yeah, I gotta tell a story. Remember back in the days, the porn tapes used to be big, the big joints. Oh, his room, bro. He had them shits lined up. He used to go to the swap shop. Yo, his shit looked like a sex store. I said, hey man, I need to borrow this one this weekend. Come Slut Volume 1, whatever. Yo, that shit was crazy, bro. That was some good times though, man. Twan, man, I miss them, man. But before I got the knowledge, I looked at death different. I used to take it personal. But like you said, now it's like, I know what really happened. We really don't die. So I'm not qualified to speak on where we go. I have a few theories I won't get into, but the energy moves on. So,
what are the theories?
Okay, one of the theories is that heaven and hell theory is out. I don't believe in that. I believe heaven and hell is our consciousness. Like, if you depressed, miserable, got shame, you live in the hell. If you joyful, appreciative, grateful, you live in a heaven. But I don't think it's a place. We live in heaven and hell all day. And sometimes we in hell 1 minute, then we're in heaven. Hell, but the key is to try to stay in heaven. But all that pie in the sky, when you die, you go get the reward. Nah.
Yeah, live your best life here.
Live it not. Meanwhile, the man, he living his life now.
Yeah.
He living this heaven now. But they tell black people we got to die to go to heaven to get ours. Nah, I want mine now, brother. But it's not financial. That's the deep part about it.
Yeah.
It's not financial, bro. Heaven and hell is nothing to do with financial. It's your state of consciousness, how you feel. But you know the lowest level you can ever be on? Shame, bro. Shame is on the same level as death. Why you think when people get exposed, what they do? Bitch, you kill themselves.
Yeah, they go away.
They'll go away. Or somebody shaming you will kill them. Somebody picking on you. That's the lowest state you can be on. It's actually better to hate somebody than to have the feeling of shame. But I got a map of like the consciousness I've been reading, but shame is that's the lowest level you can be on, bro.
I never thought of that.
So you ever feeling shame, snap out of it. Cause that's that death frequency. Yeah, don't ever let nobody make you feel shamed about nothing. If you start to feel it, switch it. Because if you
That's a good point.
Yeah, get out of it. Get out of it real quick. Because if you ponder in that energy, but that's hell. That's when you live in a hell. You walk around with shame, all the other shit. So that's one of the theories. You want to hear the next one? But
I'm curious to know about the second one, but go ahead, Barry. What you thinking?
Grieving. When I'm grieving, I just know a couple of things that don't work. Drinking don't work, smoking don't work. Being upset don't work. For me, None of that changed anything, but made my situation more harder of dealing with it. Like Spider Brief was saying, accepting what it is and knowing that person is not in that mental state of mind, whether they was in pain or they was suffering from mental health or anything like that, that they actually living in their peace now. They at peace with the world. And yeah, it don't make. I just tell people, hey, don't fall into that trap of thinking, oh, I'm sad, so I need to go drink, I need to go smoke, I need to go party, I need to be out, I need to live life to the fullest, and nah, it's not all about that. It's all about like dealing with it.
Yeah, I mean that's like a band-aid. It's temporary.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said, it didn't change anything for me and none of the situations I was dealing with when it came to death. I had a friend in college right before we went to the draft. He killed himself. Boom. Well, hold on. I wasn't ready for that, but at the same time, I ain't understand what he really was going through mentally.
He got
And
shamed about something or no? You know?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I
Was
think
his draft stocks low? Did he feel like he wasn't gonna get drafted or something?
I wouldn't even say that. I just feel like what he was dealing with was mental from childhood. Honestly, he was for one a foster kid, so I think just going against at odds with life. He felt like even though he achieved things, it always be like something else done came up. It's all like they said. It's always something. So for him, yeah, my grandma cancer. She her cancer went in remission, but when she did chemo, it took her out, So, but I wasn't prepared for it. To me, felt like I was at a young age. But now, as an adult, I could talk to these people, and to feel their presence, like Spider said. Actually, like think of stuff that that really like. I play football, so I think about him all the time. Yeah,
that moment just hits. It'd be like, wait a second, like
yeah, man. Especially when I see like my nephews and my nieces, I like, man, hey, well, you knew your grandma, it'll be, what I'm saying, she'd have had you doing this, and that. So I try to like do stuff like that and have they spirits with me when I'm doing it with them. So like I had my nephew over. We talked about her because he wasn't even born when she passed away. He was born the next year. So we talked about her, and I felt good about it, man. Felt real good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
That's what's up. Grieving is always, difficult, especially if you're, I guess, the one who's affected by it the most. But it's just like Brief said, you got to you have a different outlook on it when you understand that this person is no longer suffering, or like all y'all said, because all y'all touched on it, and this person is in a better place for them, wherever you may think that place may be. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times if you see the person suffering, going back and forth to doctor visits, not able to, do for themselves like they once did. So, when it initially happens, you feel how you feel about it, but as time go on, you deal with it, you learn how to cope with it. And like you said, putting a Band-Aid over it by drinking and smoking, that don't really heal or solve anything. But we're not shaming the people that do it. It's just letting you know that in the end, it's not really doing anything for you but hurting yourself. But it's, people grieve different.
Mm-hmm.
Some go into a dark hole. Some want to socialize and be around people because they don't want to be alone, to think about it. And then, however people grieve. For me, I always feel like whoever it is that's going through whatever, if they are about to go into this dark hole, just be there for them as much as you can, whether it's conversation, be in their presence. They may not want it in the moment, but you should know that that's the better thing to do for them before they dive down that rabbit hole or whatever the case may be. So, just be there for your peoples whenever they're going through a tough time. Or if it's you, then you have to allow others to be there for you. Yeah. Don't just sit there and fight it alone, especially if you have a good support system. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's it with that. But let's move along. Holidays here amongst us. Juneteenth. Do you feel like Juneteenth is being celebrated like it's supposed to? as far as like in comparison to 4th of July. Now that we actually have this holiday that is for us in representation of our peoples, our ancestors, do you feel like we're celebrating it or going about it the right way?
I think most people don't even know what Juneteenth really is.
Educate them.
He hit it.
I'm not sure I know what it really is.
It's
I know what it is on the surface, but I'm just saying, like, honestly speaking, like, I'm not even sure I know what it is.
It don't
you
get
know?
that much
it
publicity.
just
It kind of just
it's-
feels like
yeah.
a holiday they just gave us to shut up.
It's kind of
You know?
like when it's basically we was enslaved, and pretty much this is when Abraham Lincoln, passed the rule. But some people still was being slaves even after that, though.
Yeah.
So
But that's the day that they deemed that
Yeah.
the Declaration of Independence was signed.
yeah,
Okay,
So that's why they call it Juneteenth, because it was June 19th.
hmm
got it.
So that's the whole meaning behind it, which is
in the
in turn
1800s.
ended slavery according to the holiday.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So I guess I'll take it. I feel like it should be celebrated just as much as 4th of July as far as for us.
Hmm.
And I've been hearing conversation with people as far as within our community, or that comes from our background. They were saying, like, should they stop celebrating 4th of July? And I was like, no, you shouldn't stop celebrating it, because our ancestors also died
and fought.
for the flag and for this day. It wasn't just the Caucasians, although I guess people deem it as their holiday, but it's an American holiday. So if you have family that fought in the wars, it's your holiday too.
hmm
So you have just as much privilege, entitlement, or whatever comes with it as these individuals. So you shouldn't stop celebrating 4th of July to celebrate Juneteenth. No, do both. This is one of the instances where we actually get to have our cake and eat it too. You get what I'm saying? So go hard for 4th of July because our ancestors fought for it too, and go hard for Juneteenth because that's the holiday that they declared as, the when slavery ended.
hmm I think it will get there, though. I think we have to give it time. The fact that we got these social media
Right, and it's relatively
networks.
new.
Yeah, it's real new.
How many years we've had Juneteenth?
Like 2-3 years because Joe
2000
Biden,
and
22, 23, maybe
like
2019, 2020. It's new.
20.
Okay,
yeah, I
so
was
it's
gonna say.
4 years old.
Yeah.
It's a new holiday.
I got a ticket, as a matter of fact, 2021. I got a ticket on June 19th. I felt bad, too. White man pulled me over.
He didn't
being
feel
petty.
bad.
I know, I was bad.
You think he
bro.
would have gave it to you on 4th of July?
I got pulled over in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. You
Felt
gotta
bad,
get that
man.
ticket.
He could have gave me a warning. I'm like, man, it's Juneteenth.
You said that?
Nah, I was thinking it though. I should have said it,
You
but I,
shoulda
felt,
said
I
it.
was too scared behind the
He
wheel. Like, you know
probably
what?
wouldn't even acknowledge the holiday. 'Cause he
I'm in
probably
New
don't even know.
Jersey. I ain't gonna do it. But I did get pulled over though. So everybody not gonna celebrate it. That's how I look at it. Like he could have gave me, cause it was like, okay, I was driving a truck. I was driving a company truck in the wrong lane just for a second, cause the address on the GPS took me the wrong way. So I was supposed to get off the exit, but it had me going straight. So I didn't know I was in the wrong lane. Mind you, I'm in New Jersey. I fly to places like this. I don't drive there.
Mhm.
So he pulled me over. I just finished listening to like a Martin Luther King speech. So I was in I felt like I was in my bag. Yeah, I was in my black bag, what I call it. But it just let me know.
No, sir.
Well, you still a nigga in
I
America.
mean, but you did break the law though.
Yeah. But I think as time go on, the holiday will be celebrated more. I think
ain't
a
know
lot
the
of the
truck.
older,
No, I know. I got you.
I think a lot of the older individuals or older senior citizens, to say, they're not used to it. It's not a part of their repertoire
No.
or their daily or annual routine, if you want to call it that. But I think as, the younger generation because it's a national holiday, so
Yeah.
everything is closed. So as time go on, it'll be celebrated. the
Right,
way
like
that it
your
should be.
kids,
Yeah.
spider kids, brief kids, like it had more substance and meaning as they get older, where they'll be talking about it more than
Yeah.
so.
Nah, for sure. But I want to stay right there around the 4th of July because I see what's going on with the people that are rioting or protesting, if you want to call it that. and the ones that were burning the flag. How do y'all feel about people who burn the American flag?
I think if you burn the flag, leave, bro. It don't make sense. It's a contradiction.
Right.
You burn the flag. Why are you still here? It's easier to go everywhere else than it is to come here.
Right.
I don't get it. You know?
What
Like-
you got with? Go ahead, Spider.
No, even when it come to like, you know, just bro, America's America, bro. Like you're here for a reason, and like if you don't like it, leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just, again, it could be. I'm surprised it's not an act of terrorism.
Right.
Like,
Donald
in a sense,
Trump is
quote,
pushing
unquote.
for that right
you
now.
know, it's just because it's a lot. What you doing all that for? Like, I don't think it's necessary when you live in the a lot of shit's fucked up. It's been fucked up, but we clearly still like it if you're here. You know what I'm saying?
Still pay taxes.
What you got on it, Brief?
No, I don't care nothing about no flag being burnt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It don't affect me at all. I
Yeah,
just
like
think
that,
it's
that don't do
counterproductive.
nothing to- I don't care nothing about it, like
I ain't gonna lie.
at all, like
What's-
that much, because it's too much blood on American hands that's been imposed on my people. Like they used to bomb churches, man.
Yeah.
Black kids in there, bro.
But
This
I was
America.
just over there.
So
you know, I want to
But that's the
I wanna-
people. The
I wanna
flag
also
don't have
say-
nothing to do with that.
anywhere.
yeah, no, you're wrong. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why you're wrong for that one.
All right.
Because that flag is associated with the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the government could have did a lot of things, especially in the 60s, and put in place to protect black people, and they didn't. The government was leading the charge with actually help destroying us.
But that's
Not-
government.
not-
They're doing it under the flag, right? But the flag
Yeah, that's a good
itself
point.
is not doing anything. That's still people.
Yeah, but
that's
the flag
government.
represents what?
The flag
American
represents
government,
the
right?
flag
The country.
represents
Nah,
no.
the
The
United
flag
States.
represents the country,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
people within the country is misrepresenting the flag.
Because even think about this. Think about you've been to Africa how many times?
For
So think about how much fucked up shit the government done put on the people in Africa,
yeah,
and it's their own people, bro. You feel me?
Jeez.
So
Look.
I don't think it's exclusive to America. I think we've probably done more harm to ourselves if you think about Africa as a whole. You feel me? And you know, like your land is your land. The flag represents your land. You know,
okay.
and the government runs the land, but the people of the land aren't always in cahoots with the government. It's just stuck there. You know what
I
I'm saying?
just don't care about the flag being burnt. I ain't gonna lie
Well,
to you.
Let me take this one, right?
Like it don't do nothing to. Like when I see it, I don't get mad. Like
I used to be just like
yeah,
Brief.
yeah,
I
don't
used to
get
feel
mad.
the same way
I-
about it.
I don't get mad about
But
it.
as of late, I changed my position on that, right? Which is gonna sound crazy because I'm Haitian, right?
Mhm.
My loyalty lies with Haiti, right? But at the end of the day, let's think about it for a second, right? Where do I live,
in America,
Florida.
right? Let's take it a step further. I have kids, right? Where are they from?
America.
Where am I making my living?
Yeah.
Where am I raising my children?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So at the end of the day, you have to respect the flag for the country where you're living, making a living, working, raising your family, birth children. And we're not going to sit here and act like America's a perfect nation. No, there's flaws. Of course, we know that. I'm a victim of that. But at the end of the day, like I said, the flag is the flag. A lot of people, the flag represents the country or the people, but the people misrepresent the flag. And that's where I think Brief is at with it. However, I don't believe that you should be burning the flag, because if that's the case, then you should just go back home, right? Because that's the ultimate level of disrespect. And in addition to that, why are you fighting? Think about it. You're upset because ICE is supposed to be doing this mass, not supposed to be, they're doing this mass deportation, right? So you're burning the flag of the country that you want to live in.
yeah, but
Hold on.
they land got taken, right?
No,
Mexico used
they
to,
got
California,
paid for that land.
They got paid for that?
Yes, they got paid for it.
Yeah, you know that was a jinky.
It was a purchase.
If they did, it was real jinky. You know that.
Not necessarily, because if you go back and look at the amount that it was sold for in today's money, it'll be over like $200 billion. You can't look at it now because whatever you're paying for that shirt you're wearing, fast forward 1,000 years from now, they're gonna say, my great grandfather paid $100 for the shirt. Now it's $1,000. You're gonna hindsight is always 2020 when you look back and you reflect on life. But however, it still don't make no sense. You're living in the country, you're operating in the country. You're clearly you like something about it because that's the reason that you're protesting. You see what I'm saying? So you only made it worse because imagine if you're the president that passed this law. These people are protesting, but you're also watching them burn the flag of the country that they're protesting. You think that's going to make it any better?
Definitely don't.
You think he's going to give you grace?
It may not, but
You see what I'm saying? And if that's the
Sure.
case, then cool, no problem. You don't have to be here.
They knew what time it was when they knew
You see
time
what I'm
it
saying?
was.
And I'm a child of immigrants. I'll go as far as to say, you want to call me an immigrant? I don't give a damn. Have at it. But however, as you get older, you become wiser. You understand, like, no, this is where I live. This is where I'm making a living. This is where I'm raising my children. This is where I own businesses here.
I think there should be some type of. I don't agree with the mass deportation.
No,
Just-
not at all.
just to be clear.
Absolutely not.
I have a lot of friends who they've been hardworking people here.
Yeah.
I have family that's
they've been
hiding
fighting for their
out right
papers
now.
and they citizenship
Yeah, I have family
for
that's hiding out.
decades and they haven't gotten it. So I think it needs to be some type of protocol to where there's some form of an examination mentally, physically, to check the person out. Like maybe the person is a good contribution to the American lifestyle and the economy. Yeah. But you got to get them a chance to explain themselves, because not everyone is. Yes, there's people that come here and terrorize us, you know what I'm saying? Or take over our streets doing crazy shit. But that's not a lot of them, bro. Most of them actually work pretty fucking hard.
Right.
Actually work harder than us.
Right.
Which is the reason why they got all the fucking jobs. Like, how many American people work construction?
I'm with you 100% on that.
Niggas is lazy. We don't want to do it. Most of the time, we don't want to do it, bro. That's the fact. What person with a clean record is working construction right now, bro? Just think about it.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that for sure.
And it's good money, bro.
It's great money. I think he should go back to the actual origin of the actual reason that he was deporting these individuals. Because at first he was saying, the ones who were incarcerated, you broke the law. Now that's different.
Mm-hmm. That's
definitely. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm innocent. I've done a lot of things in my past, but however, when you break the law, do what you want to do. But if you get caught, there's always consequences. That's globally, right? So if he was going after those individuals, although I have friends who are unfortunately dealing with that, who was, in the system, whatever the case may be, that's facing deportation due to the fact of this law. But however, that I can understand. But the regular civilian that's getting up every day, that's a taxpayer who's been fighting, trying to get their paperwork. You understand what I'm saying? Those individuals should be left alone. And I think that law should be passed for the new people that's trying to come into the country and let it take effect for those individuals. And then you screen them. But the ones who are already here, who's been paying taxes for 10, 15, 20, X amount of years, law-abiding citizen, raising their children, doing everything that this country is asking of them, those people should be left alone.
Think about this.
And if anything, expedite their process to give them their paperwork so they're no longer legal, so that way you can move forward with whatever it is that you're trying to push with the new individuals that's coming in. That should be the solution.
Bree, you probably going to relate to this a lot. You too, bro. What would Miami be without Hialeah, nigga? Think about it, bro.
Currently,
construction
right now, but
they
we could take it further back than that. What would Miami be without the Bahamians
but
that
think
first
about
settled
how many
here?
people like, I got this from Hialeah. Oh, from Hialeah. From...
Yeah.
If they raiding Hialeah right now, we in trouble, bro. They gonna clean that shit out, bro.
I mean, but currently speaking, we could use Hialeah as an example. But if we date further back, what would it be without the Bahamians that first settled here, as far as the blacks in Coconut Grove?
Facts.
Right? What about the Haitians? What about just black people that's done phenomenal things throughout the city in general, from Americans, Haitians, Bahamians? You get what I'm saying? Right now, we could say Hialeah because, you know, it's prominently Hispanic or whatever the case may be, and there's a lot of stuff that we benefit from them based on, you know, affordability and stuff like that. But however, you know, like,
Haitians pay the most taxes in NMB in North Miami.
yeah,
So all that beautification of those two cities,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah. But yeah, I just had to say that as far as the flag is concerned, which I'm probably gonna kiss some slack from it, being that I'm Haitian and I should be swinging it for the other side. But however, we're in America. This is where I live. You get what I'm saying? Haiti's fucked up too. There's a lot of fucked up shit that's going on over there. You know what I mean? That shit hurts me. I don't like it, but it's the powers that be that's doing what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Don't think that. It's just like in the bull market, if you understand stocks. Shout out my boy Chris Sane. Learned a lot of game from him as far as stocks is concerned. But if you understand stocks, there's always a sweet spot. In a bear market or in a bull market, people are capitalizing regardless. When it's fucked up like that, don't think that, of course, the people, the population, the masses are hurting, but the powers that be, they're eating, they're gobbling, they're controlling everything. You see what I'm saying? So it's that way because they want it to be that way in a sense.
So when you see the flag getting burnt, you don't like it or do it or
I don't like it.
Or,
It don't
bother you.
It don't bother me. I'm not at that point. Maybe I'll never get there, but I don't like it.
I think it's counterproductive. That's all.
It's counterproductive because if you don't like it, leave the flag alone. Just go back home. Because I could do it. That's what I'm saying. Right? There's a lot of narratives of what Americans, as far as the American government system. Hold on. There's narratives as far as what the American government has done to my country, Haiti. So I can feel that way. I can have that burn, that rage, that burning desire.
Now you know it's a lot of black people that done burnt the flags.
Of course.
So when they do it, that bother you too?
Like I told you, back then it didn't.
Because
back then it didn't. But as of late, yes. Because for the reasons that I gave you. At the end of the day, even if I see a black person doing it right now, I'll be like, hey, if they're doing it around, I'll be like, hey, bro, don't do that. You tripping. Because at the end of the day, although you may not like everything that's going on, but there's something that you're benefiting from.
Yeah, but that was already paid.
Right, from our ancestors that fought for the flag too. So,
exactly.
Okay, so now think about it. Why are you burning something that your ancestors died for? So that makes it even worse.
Does make it worse?
No.
Did you have any servicemen in your family? Anyone serve the country?
I mean, the Buffalo Soldiers.
Yeah.
Did any of them lost their life in the middle?
They was fools. They didn't know no better.
I'm not saying were they fools for joining or not. What I'm
telling
you
is, know, in Vietnam, right? You know what happened?
What happened?
A lot of wars. You know the prisoners of war. Let's say we went to war with, let's say the Nazis. When they got the Nazi troops, you know they was able to sit down and eat lunch with the American white men.
Of course.
And they supposed to have been enemies. And the American soldiers couldn't even sit at the table. So don't tell me about this flag, bro. Stop it. It's a joke.
It's not a joke.
Imagine this. The enemy get to sit down with the enemy, white on white, and a black man, which this is my enemy, but me and you supposed to be on the same team. I can't even sit at the table and eat with you.
But
you rather sit and eat with the enemy.
Check this out. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground are never at odds.
You know?
You're being sent to war. It's a duty. You're serving your country. A lot of times they go to war, probably don't even know what they're at war for. Right?
You serving
it's always the governments, the people at the top.
You serving the war
that are at odds.
And you come home from the war.
So you saying
that the police pull you over and shoot you. Don't give a fuck about your uniform you got on.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Don't get nothing, don't care nothing about it.
That's horrible. I don't like that, nigga. That's fucked up.
So
I always say that.
Respect the flag.
Imagine fighting a war, you coming home, you the second, you
respect it, but I'm just
treated like a second-class citizen.
When I see it getting burnt, that don't do nothing.
This is a real question. Does military in other countries get special treatment? or is it kind of the same thing? Once you done, you done. You just a regular person.
I don't know, but one thing I do know: nobody in the NFL, nobody in the NBA, no celebrity should get none should be getting paid more than no. Let's just give, for example, a Navy SEAL. You got people that really go out protect this country, and they can't even get a loan to get a house. Bro.
But those same people die fighting the country, right?
But a celebrity don't go fight for nothing.
But
run it up.
That's the world of entertainment, because we all want to be entertained. We
But
got to
that's
blame
the government,
ourselves.
too. The government can make the military entertainment. Just put a camera on them, put it on TV every day, and make it a TV series.
Yeah, but then now you're giving up. But now you're giving up. Come on,
you're creating war.
Tripping. Not creating war. You're creating content for your enemy.
I knew a Marine. I knew a Marine personally, bro, and that motherfucker. He was like, man, I had to kill kids. I had to whatever I was told to do. I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a job.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, I can't even.
My brother and my grandfather.
Fathom that, bro. It's like
I'm the only one.
Like kick down the
your
door.
Grandfather
whatever
served,
in there got
and your brother served, right? God forbid one of them pass serving the country.
Yeah, they both.
You see what I'm saying?
What you talking about? My brother, he did 2 years in Afghanistan. Like you said, killing kids.
And I'm not joining the military.
It really messed him up for real.
I'm not joining it.
It fucked people up.
Been the same.
But all I'm saying is our ancestors did die for it too.
Yeah,
Don't just give that up.
For sure. That's
Don't
true.
surrender that.
They die for what?
Serving the country. Regardless how you feel. Remember, bro, it goes back to what I told you. The flag represents the country, but the people misrepresent the flag. So you're blaming the flag for something that it had nothing to do. Or it didn't do nothing. It's just sitting there waving with the wind. People are committing heinous act and mistreating others, as far as white people mistreating black people, but doing it hiding behind the flag or in the name of the flag. But the flag is doing nothing but standing there and just waving itself whenever the wind blows. So you're holding the flag accountable for something that it had nothing to do with. That's what I'm trying to get Brief to understand.
Well, we gotta get the people's opinion on how they feel.
Nah, for sure. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Anything else you want to throw in there, Brief?
No. I'm just saying, bro. My opinion about the flag. I don't know. I respect your opinion.
No, I respect yours too, because
but
I used to think like that as well.
A flag just a piece of sheet to me, bro.
That's it.
It's a symbol, bro.
Yeah, if you want to put it like that, then
it's a piece of cloth, bro.
Then that makes it worse. Why are you burning a piece of cloth that's supposed to be meaningless?
But we telling people how to hurt, how to feel. We can't. I think we should just step back and let them cope with how they need to cope.
Because we're not telling them how to cope.
Because when another fucking cop shoot a pregnant woman in the head, we may be burning flags, then they gonna be telling us why y'all burning flags.
Right.
Exactly.
And
so we might need to stay out of that.
And we shouldn't be doing it. That's all I'm saying. Regardless what it is, because burning.
It might be a time to
check
burn
this
a
out.
flag.
It's just like
it might be a time to burn a flag one day.
And when that day come, if there's real change behind it, I'm with you. But if we're gonna burn it to still be occupying the same land, operating under the same guidelines, where's the change? So you did that for what? Nothing.
You know when they created the flag and all men created equal. You know they still had slaves. You know the contradiction behind the flag? It's a joke, man. It's a joke. They said all males created equal. Meanwhile, the people that's writing that, they had slaves. But they was going to raping women the same night.
All right, let me take it. Let me take it a step further, right? You like to get fly, right? You
it's
like to,
hypocrisy.
Hold on, you like to get fly and wear nice shit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these designer brands that dates back to the 1800th century, they were owned by people who were racist, prejudiced, that didn't give a fuck about black people wearing their shit. But we rock it. Get fly with it. What's the difference? We're hypocrites. The hypocrisy. Let's hold the mirror up.
I'm being real. I wear all type of different shit.
I know you do.
Shit. I wear.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I never say you don't wear all type of shit. Somewhere in your closet, there's some type of slave-like mindset individual who designed a product that you're wearing or you've worn that stood against everything that you said. That makes you out to be a hypocrite.
So what you saying? If I wear a white designer brand, that make me a hypocrite?
No.
So what you saying?
It depends.
Okay,
If
no,
it
break
date-
down what you
depends
saying.
if it dates back to when that family, if they own slaves or if they were against integration.
Because what you need to know, and this already came out, these designers, all them prints, Fendi,
yeah,
Louis,
they date back to Africa.
those African prints.
Yeah. But
It always go back to us, brother.
right. But when you're wearing it, when you first bought it, hold on.
Alligator shoes,
notice
Murray's, Italy, what that is? That's the fashion place of the world.
Right.
Ain't no alligators over there.
No, all that
That's
comes
why
from
it came from the
Africa.
Moors. We are the fashion.
Right.
So even if they make it or not, it still come from us. They stole it. It always go back to us.
Yeah, but that's knowledge you got later on. At the time when you first bought your first piece of designer product, you wore it to get fly. Let's stop the cap. Let's keep it funky. Later on, you got the
probably
knowledge
did.
and you understood that, hey, this shit came from us anyway.
Well, first off, you're a product of your environment. You wake up and go to the mall. That's all
but
you
that's
see.
why I
That's
said,
what you
hold
get.
the mirror up. The hypocrisy. It's the same thing.
No, it's not, bro.
So now we're breaking down being a hypocrite.
It's not.
All right.
It's not. It's not. Because that same fly outfit I can throw on, I can get in front of the camera, and I can go run up some fucking millions off my appearance. That's the difference. Burning the flag.
But where are
Fuck
you running
that
up?
flag.
Hold on. Where are you running up the millions at? In what country?
Depending, it could be worldwide. Right now, we got social media. Somebody might be listening to my TikTok in China somewhere, in Africa.
But in what currency are you being paid?
American currency.
Oh, okay. We'll conclude there.
So what that mean?
You're benefiting from the country, from the system.
I'm not benefiting. We already done paid for it. 400 years of free free labor. It's already paid for.
Bruh, you're not. I think you're not getting. You
I don't
get
think
it.
you getting it.
No, I get it.
I don't think you getting it, brother.
I get it, but I don't think you're getting
You
it.
telling me because I live in America, I should take this pride in the flag.
That's not what
that killed all my leaders. I should take it personal when the flag is getting burnt. I'm supposed to say that is wrong.
I didn't say
because I'm America. I know the truth behind America. When they created the flag, when they came up with the legislation and the Constitution, they still had slaves, and they clearly lied and said, all men are created equal, and they had slaves at the time.
And I just gave you an example.
what
A
I'm
lot
trying
of
to
those
make-
families of
you
the designer
want
stuff
me
that we
to
wear.
put my value in a flag that represents a racist, actually the most racist government on earth. Actually, you want me to get mad because that flag getting burnt?
Okay, so now I'm gonna bring the same thing back to you. Like I said, you're wearing products and designer for these families that represented the same thing that the country represented.
What family?
That benefited from it. Gucci, Louis, Prada, all these motherfuckers.
I don't got that on right now.
I'm not talking, but you
This
have
is
it.
Supreme.
You have. Hold on. You have it in your closet.
Okay, I probably do.
Gucci a couple
I
years
probably
ago
do.
did the
I probably do.
blackface thing when they put that black kid looking like a monkey on it with the red lips, right?
They probably
But
do.
you still got Gucci stuff. And you
Yeah.
probably bought Gucci stuff after the fact. So the hypocrisy, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. We talking about the flag. Let's just stay there, bro.
All right, man. We'll wrap this up. We'll finish this up on another
You
episode.
want me to
man.
feel bad because
breathe.
Mexicans burning the flag.
No,
You
it
can't
ain't
make me feel
about
bad
Mexicans
about
burning
that.
the flag. It's just the hypocrisy behind it. You're burning the flag of somewhere that you want to be, but you're mad because they're telling you to go back home.
Bro.
But you're burning the flag of where you want to be.
Bro,
It just makes no
Muhammad
sense.
Ali, the most great black athlete ever, took his medal off and threw it in a river
Right.
because he went and won it for this country and came back and got treated like shit. You go ask him how he feel about the flag getting burned. He took his Olympic medal off,
But you're not
tossed
him.
it,
He's not wearing Gucci,
tore that
Louis.
shit off, and tossed it. Go look at them interviews. He had some Nation Islam, all them Italian suits they got on.
Brief.
Bro, wait,
You're bringing up individuals who
by
stood
default,
for it.
By default,
We're talking about
by
you
default,
directly.
Our clothing we gonna have to wear American clothing. This is where we live. By default. Now we got a lot of black.
Not necessarily, because you said it comes from China and it could be black owned or black design.
It can, but you. I'm gonna leave it alone.
We'll leave it alone. We'll conclude with that. With
But
that
Muhammad
being
Ali
said,
threw his medal in the river. You ask him how he feel about the flag.
but he
being
never
burned.
wore none of the stuff that we wore.
You know, I don't know about that.
That's
I don't know about that.
I'm almost sure he didn't.
I don't
But-
know about that.
With that being said, we'll leave it alone. 'Cause he said something, I was about to get into it. We'll leave it alone.
Let's go keep going off camera, y'all.
With that being said, thank y'all for tapping in with another episode of the Growth Process Podcast. You already know I'm your host, Bless. My boy Briefcase Tony in the building on the far end. Spider on the check-in. Barry G, you already know.
Appreciate you.
With that being said, I'm your boy Bless, and we out of here.